Yo, 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 welcome to the Blue Lounge. Welcome to the stream. And I think you meant Gooners. Gooners, batter those Gooners. Yeah. Come on, Chelsea. Daniel, Angel, everybody in the chat, everybody in the stream, welcome. Welcome to the Blue Lounge. I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. Some funny results today. In the Premier League. I'm not going to talk about the results, so I'm not going to spoil it for everybody who wants to watch Match of the Day later on tonight. We're here to talk about Chelsea versus Arsenal tomorrow afternoon. Some of you may have caught my stream from last night. Great stream. Had some great guests on, RJ and Scott. We discussed the match. We discussed the Arsenal perspective, really. Today, we're talking about Chelsea. All I need is a good result on Sunday. Yes, you, me, and everybody else. That's what we want to see. Lads, it's going to be an interesting game tomorrow. For a lot of different reasons. Before we talk about this game, today's stream is open. To everyone. So everybody can jump in. JD Chelsea, well done. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and I'm gonna pin it. So you guys can jump on. I'm also gonna stick in here. Where's the emojis? I'm gonna stick the big man himself in the chat. Hopefully we'll see him tomorrow. People, the link is there for everyone. You can all jump in and you can all tell me your thoughts and ideas and point of view for the match tomorrow. Today it's going to be just us talking, us discussing the match. I'm also going to do a predicted lineup together with you guys later on in the stream. So we're going to try to come to a starting 11 in regards to the game tomorrow. People, before we do anything, I want to tell you something. YouTube has been funny recently. In the way that it works in regards to views and the way it's sending out the videos. So let's get more people in here by you guys hitting that like button. Because if you like the video, the stream, YouTube will promote it and we'll get more people coming in. So do us a favor, take a second out of your time and just click on that like. If you don't like it, you can dislike it. Like or dislike. As long as you're interacting, click one of them buttons, preferably the like button. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to the Blue Lounge. I have somebody coming in. Justice, how you doing, my man?
I'm good. You good?
I'm good. Tell me where you're from, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm from Nigeria, but I'm staying here in UAE.
Nigeria, but you're living in the UAE. All right. Can you speak Arabic?
No, I speak little.
Shwaya.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Shwaya. Justice, tell me what's your thoughts about this game, man? Chelsea Arsenal, London derby, big game.
As you can see, all my attentions are on that match because it will be a very strong match tomorrow. Despite that Arsenal are not in form quite right now, but anytime Arsenal meets Chelsea, you see that their strength begins.
Yeah, prime Barcelona coming on Sunday.
But my strong belief is that the big man will be in the pitch tomorrow.
I think so. I hope so.
Exactly.
My predicted lineup includes Lukaku. To be honest, I think he will start.
Yes.
It's a good time for him to start. Arsenal are a little bit weak right now, so bringing Lukaku in this game, in this derby, I think it will be a very good way to get him up and running and getting into the Premier League form.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Do you know one thing is this? If Lukaku should score tomorrow, it will be a very huge advantage. So people, haters will not say, Look at him. He can only score when playing a planter club. Small clubs, he can only score. But at least a goal tomorrow will prove all doubters wrong.
But
Hope
Justice,
you understand what I mean. Yeah.
Arsenal are a small club today. They're not Arsenal of yesterday. Today, Arsenal are a small club. Do you think so?
I, they are not. They are no more a small club. Arsenal is not a small club. Yes. So I
No,
want. That's why I want Lukaku to score.
yeah, no. I'm bantering with you, Justice. No, Arsenal, historically speaking, they're a massive club. Arsenal, historically speaking, are a massive club. Unfortunately for them, they've had some issues,
Yes.
and
Yes, I
for
know.
the
I know.
for the benefit of football, to be honest, for the benefit of football, I would like to see Arsenal sort out the problems, because having a strong Arsenal means we have a strong Premier League, as well as Chelsea. The London clubs have always been tough and always been big. So I wish them the best of luck, but
Yes.
they'll never be what we are, two-time European champions. They're never gonna have that. But best of luck to them, and hopefully they can achieve some sort of success. I want to say
Yes.
big up to Blue Clouds TV, always supporting the channel, always coming in with their super stickers, the super chats. So Blue Clouds TV, big up to you, and thank you for your support. And I have Phantom of Many Topics. Welcome to the stream, Phantom. I had you on mute for a second. I'm taking you off mute. What's this? AC Roma. AC Roma.
That's right. I bought this in celebration of hello there, Justice. I bought this in
How
celebration
how
of
you doing?
Tammy Abraham going to Roma, and I placed a $65 bet on him or his team tomorrow to beat Fiorentina. And I think it's a minus 125, so I'd win $54 if they win, based on this.
All right.
Yes.
Well. Best of luck to Tammy. Best of luck to
And
AS Roma, and
yeah.
hopefully your bet pays off. Hopefully your bet pays off.
I was surprised that ESPN Plus doesn't cover Serie A. I never noticed that they didn't, because they cover Bundesliga, they cover the Belgian league, they even cover the Dutch league, and La Liga. But why don't we get Serie A? Huh? How do you watch Serie A?
I'm a subscriber to Bin Sports, so I get to watch pretty much all the big games.
Okay, that's right. You're not in America, right?
No, I'm not. I'm in the UK. I'm in the UK.
Oh, you're UK. Okay. Oh, and you speak Arabic?
I do.
Oh,
yeah.
Forza Saita.
فرصة سعيدة. أهلا وسهلا.
Happy occasion.
Yeah, it does. Well, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to have you guys on. What would you guys think the scoreline is going to be? I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to give me your predictions.
Oh, you mean for tomorrow or what happened today?
No, for tomorrow.
Oh, for tomorrow. I'm looking at Lukaku 3, Arsenal
3.
1. Lukaku 3. Yeah, Lukaku himself 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you believe he'll be starting tomorrow?
I hope so. Why not? If he's match fit, he's ready. He's got the training. He's been here a week. Let's put it. What is it? If he's match fit, he should start. There shouldn't be any fear factor or whatever, or ease him in, or he's a super striker. Come in and show your dominance, because we need it up front. I don't want Werner to start tomorrow. I want Havertz, and I want my friend Mason Mount.
Well, Phantom, if you stick around, I'm going to do a squad lineup.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. A squad lineup for the upcoming game.
Okay.
I wanna see what's in the chat here. Lukaku score a header. Okay. All right. Well, Elijah, I hope so. And to be honest, I think we may see something that is going to assist that. I have a feeling that we're going to see Reece James on the right, and if Reece James is on the right, he'll be crossing that ball in for Lukaku, hopefully. Lads, the panel link is in the stream. It's in the pinned comment. Yeah. So click on that link, and you can jump right in and give me your thoughts and opinions on this match. Mm-hmm. All right. In regards to Arsenal, Phantom of Many Topics, would you see their the situation.
I want to know what's up with Lacazette and who was the other guy? Oh, it was Aubameyang. Holy cow! Those two. Yep. If they have COVID, what's wrong with saying they have COVID? Plenty of teams have players with COVID.
They did. They did. They said it. They said it in the. Arteta actually said it in the press conference yesterday. They were keeping it behind closed doors for the past week or so. They didn't want to say it. They said it was an illness.
No, I mean, why not?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's it's a pandemic. Right? Yeah, it's a pandemic. So people are bound to get it. Arteta himself was one of the first people to actually get it in the Premier League. So it's a weird one. It's a weird one to keep behind closed doors. I mean, I think because they had 4 players who had it. From what I understand, they actually requested for the match to be postponed. But that request was declined by the FA. So the match is going ahead. We are possibly going to see some protests tomorrow against the owners of the club from the Arsenal fans. I hope it doesn't escalate to the match being postponed, as we have seen some of these situations in the past.
Is Grant Xhaka going to play? And
we don't know. We don't know. I mean, I'm not really going to focus on the Arsenal lineup.
I'm
going to focus on the Chelsea lineup.
Okay.
Listen, people in the chat. We're gonna cover the positions. We're gonna cover the positions. We're gonna pick the team. We're gonna talk about the way we're gonna play, and then we're also gonna talk about what the expectations are for tomorrow. I'm gonna go on, which app should I use? I think I'll use Footwiz.
I'm setting par at 3 tomorrow for Lukaku. that's how much expectation.
I mean,
even Jack Grealish got one this morning, right? Did you see that?
I don't want to discuss the.
I'm sorry. Okay, well, focus.
We have a program that comes on later on tonight on TV, and a lot of people, they like to watch the football. In highlights at the evening,
Okay.
So I don't want to discuss the results in case I spoil it for them.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, sorry.
Phantom, are we going to play?
Are we going to play Mendy and the goalkeeper and move our way up, or
what formation? What formation are we going with?
The same, the same thing we've been doing. Yeah. 3-4.
3-4-3.
3-4-3.
All right. Chelsea will comfortably have a. I hope so. I think we will get a clean sheet. Arsenal don't look like they'll be able to score. They're thin up front. Hello guys. Shallow, I haven't seen you for ages, man. I haven't seen you for ages. It's good to have you back. Man. You've been gone. All right. I'm gonna go with Mendy in goal. People in the chat, let me know if you agree. Do you guys agree? Mendy in goal. Phantom, I'm guessing you're
100%. Everybody's Mendy in goal. That's the one play. That's the one player we can all agree.
We all agree on. Mendy in goal. All right. Now this is the tricky bit.
Okay.
All right, now in defense, we have a lot of options. We've had a player who's done pretty well as well in Trevor Chalobah. So does he start? Do we start Azpi? Do we start?
No, we can start Azpi later. I want to put Rudiger, Silva, and Chalobah.
Rudiger, Silva, and Chalobah. People in the chat. Rudiger, Silva, and Chalobah is what's being recommended by Phantom. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And if you disagree, let me know. Yeah. Let me know what defender you would change.
Because Silva is match fit now. We know that.
He is match fit, but he hasn't had a lot of time though.
It's okay. He's a veteran. Who needs you have that much experience?
You won't go Christensen?
If you want to go Christensen, I have no problem with that.
No, it's not my team. It's you guys' team.
Yeah.
I agree in regards to Rudiger. I think he's, he picks himself.
Yeah. He
So we
picks
got
himself.
Andreas over Chalobah. All right, that's one. One way
Okay,
to do it.
we could put on the right. You mean Christensen on the right?
Yeah. So I'm guessing Thiago starts.
I think we need to put in Thiago at least once in a while before he grows old. Before he grows.
Get the most out of him before. Yeah. So this is what we're looking at. Andreas Christensen. Christensen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Christensen instead of Thiago. All right, interesting. To be honest, I think it's going to be either this or Winston Bogard left back. I think he doesn't play for us anymore. I think to be honest, we're gonna see this.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see this because.
Aspie?
Yeah, because he's a team captain, and I think.
Yeah, but if you have Aspie, then you don't need Silva in either, because that's kind of overkill. No.
You see, the thing is this. I think,
you want to go with a senior lineup for a bottom.
Senior lineup, yeah, because it's a derby. And you want to, you want to have your most senior players in this game, especially when you're looking at the fact Arsenal are lacking in regards to some of the key attackers. This could be a good game for Thiago Silva to get his eye in.
Okay.
Big up.
Leonard, let's do that. I'm okay with that.
Now, if we're looking to play Lukaku,
Alonso, Alonso is hot. Or we're gonna do the wing backs first, or the midfielders first.
No, we'll do the wing backs. We'll go with the left back and the right back. So you're going Alonso and Reece James. Is that where you're going?
Either Alonso, Reece James, or Alonso and Odoi.
You would play Odoi?
Odoi needs time on the field. Reece James had some time on the field in the last game. So
did he?
Yes, he did. He came in at around 70 minutes.
Yeah. He didn't have a lot of time.
No, it was about 15 minutes.
I'm thinking this. In regards to, we got Alex coming in. Alex, how you doing, my man? Welcome to the stream.
Hello,
Alex. I think he might be setting up his mic. Give him a second.
Okay.
Yeah. The way I see it is you need to get Reece James and Chilwell playing regularly quite soonish because they didn't even have a preseason. They came in late, so I'm thinking Reece James probably start. Chilwell probably come on in the second half. So Alonso, I agree with, but because you're playing Lukaku up front, we're assuming we're going to play Lukaku up front. You want to be able to cross that ball into him, and I think Reece James is a better crosser of the ball. So I'm more inclined to see Reece James playing. Alex, is your mic working now? Alex, we can't hear you. All right, let's do that. Let's put in Alonso.
Okay.
Let's put in Alonso.
Marcus Alonso. He has his own song.
He does. We'll play
Reece James. Yeah, okay. I like Reece James's new haircut. I do.
Yeah. It's more clean. It's more groomed.
Easier to do the header.
Yeah.
Do a header.
I think Alex needs to sort out his stuff and he'll probably be back.
Okay. And,
all right, now in the center, Phantom.
Conte, Jorginho, because Kovačić was so awful in the first game.
Conte and Jorginho. Guys in the chat, first, before we go on to Conte and Jorginho, do you agree with our wingbacks? And if you do, just let me know. And also the midfielders. Phantom is going with Conte and Jorginho. Agree, disagree, let me know in the chat.
Yeah.
Come on, people. Let me know in the chat, and make sure you hit that like button, lads.
And we're not overplaying anyone because we've had a whole week to rest. It's not like we had a Wednesday game, right? So everybody's fresh. It doesn't mean pretty much.
I think fitness wise, we're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Yeah.
Wow, 99 Kante. Wow, that's a big card.
Is that a current score for him?
It's what do you call it? It's the FIFA.
I think 21.
It's the I think it's what you call it? Team of the season card. It might be.
Oh, okay.
Team of the season card. Yeah. So
Jorginho.
Jorginho Kante. Let me see what the people in the chat are saying. People in the chat, they're not saying much. All right, so we're sticking with that. Now, we are going to start Lukaku. Right, so...
Absolutely. Some people were trying not to start Lukaku, going like, "Oh, he needs to be eased in." No, he's the super striker. He's got to show his.
I agree. I agree with the people who said they need to ease him in. I agree.
Really?
But this is the game that you need to ease him in because you're playing against Arsenal, who are lacking right now. They're lacking.
Ben White. That's his opponent.
I can't wait to see how Ben White handles the Lukaku. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, next week is Liverpool, and that's a real big game. It's at Anfield, right? Next week.
1 second.
It's at Anfield.
I'll check.
Do you speak any Salsa?
Nope.
House?
Next week is in Anfield, correct?
Okay.
It is, yeah. So it's gonna be an interesting one. All right, Werner left, Havertz on the right.
Werner. He did not earn his spot from last game. I don't care whether you put left or right. Havertz Mount.
You don't want to see how the partnership is going to build up.
I don't want to see Werner on the field until he earns his spot back. Maybe at 70 minutes you put him in. But
okay.
Come on, that last game, Werner did not deserve.
People
really, that would be very insulting to Havertz to have Werner and Mount or whatever, or just insulting.
I agree. No. Listen, Phantom. I'm totally with you. When it comes to Havertz. When it comes to Havertz, you know what? I'll stick him in.
Havertz Mount.
I'm totally with that, but in regards to this position, I'm not so sure.
Okay, you want to put Odoi, Mount? I'd even put Odoi out there over Werner right now because Werner has not earned. Werner right now for me is on the level of Kovačić in terms of did not earn from last game.
Yeah, but listen, having Werner out of the team. Is it going to send bad signals in regards to this? Or maybe he can be someone that comes in half
at 70 minutes. I have no problem with Werner coming in at 70 minutes. That's fine if we need his speed.
This I agree with though. No pace on the wings is a no go. It's difficult to set up without any pace because.
Okay, you want to throw out Alonso and put in
Chilwell.
Yeah.
Chilwell. Or Callum. Maybe. I can't see him playing Callum when you have Alonso and Chilwell fit. So
you'd be pulling out Reece James if you were going to put in Cohen.
Werner creates chances. He does. I agree. The thing is this: if it's hard to leave out Mount, it's very hard to leave out Mount, and it's.
I'm not leaving out Mount. Mount is, you talk about create chaos. Mount creates a lot of chaos too. He's everywhere on the field.
Yeah. No, it's a tough one.
You really can't justify Werner or Kovačić in this game based upon that last game's performance.
I don't think that's what he's going to be basing it on. I don't think that's what he's going to base it on. He's going to base it on the fitness. He's going to base it on because it's too early to start basing on performances. I mean, it's like we've had preseason, we had a Super Cup, and we had one Premier League game.
Right.
So yeah. Go on.
That was in the same category of coming back at the same time as Werner roughly, and he performed a lot better. So if you don't want Mount there, that's fine. Then put in Odoi there, maybe.
No, it's not about who I want. It's about what we think Tuchel is going to pick.
Oh, Tuchel. Of course, it's going to be Tuchel's nephew, Timo Werner. You know, you had Lampard's son and Tuchel's nephew. That's how it works.
Wow. Yeah. No. I think we may see something different. Let's see Boogeyman. Boogeyman's coming in. Boogeyman, welcome to the stream. How you doing, my man?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing? And hello, Phantom of many.
Hello, Boogeyman. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. How are you guys doing?
Yeah,
We're doing good. We are trying to work out the starting lineup for tomorrow's game.
Yeah.
We've done. I mean, this is the team that we've picked so far. What's your thoughts on who would you change?
At the back, I don't think Azpilicueta will be there. I'd rather have
Reece James there.
No, Chalobah. I'd rather have
Okay.
Chalobah there, or then Aspi play wing back as a starter.
All right, hold on. Let me see what you. So you're doing. So
And
you're
that's
doing
okay
this.
too. You know, I the only two people I don't want as starters is Werner and Kovačić. That's it. Anybody else I'm okay with because everybody else has been okay. But those two have been subpar.
So
The reason the reason why I like to have Chalobah there is we need to because we're going for a really long season and the EPL is our objective. We need to have a player play a position and get used to it and master those positions. Because if we keep switching them, we're going to end up having. So I think Chalobah have proven that he's really good at playing that position. Let's just give him a third chance. And then in the middle where Thiago Silva is, I will move back Christensen there. So pretty much the same starter that we used against Palace.
Okay.
Because my principle is you don't change a team that is winning. That's my simple principle.
That's okay too.
So
Yeah, Christian.
He's going to move back. And Thiago Silva is one of the best, but I think it's better to start using Thiago Silva for our cup games and get Christensen to be the leader of that center defender. Because Christensen just most of the time appear to me to be a little shy. And for me, we need to give him a lot of games so he can become that guy that we think he can be, you know. So that will be my the three center back. Then when we move up on the thing, Kante return to the bench and Kovacic come back there for me. Kante is overskilled.
yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Kante is returning from injury. Now, I've seen a lot of people have him in their starting lineup, but I think ideally you want to ease him in. And this is a derby, so I'm with you, Boogeyman. So Kovacic Jorginho might be the better starting setup purely for the fact that you don't want to overload Kante.
Exactly.
So
we have Liverpool game coming in, so that's the game where you want Kante in that game all the time.
Okay. So we're going cover.
Yeah.
Blue Eyes, welcome to the stream. How you doing, my man?
I'm good, Mo. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing great. Blue Eyes.
Thanks. Hey, Boogeyman. Hey, Phantom. What's up?
Blue Eyes, what would you change about this the starting lineup? Because we're trying to work out what Tuchel is going to have in regards to his team tomorrow.
Depending on how Kante is doing, Kante would come in place of Kovacic, but Boogeyman is spot on. Like the back three is exactly my choice. I like Aspi as a wing back as well, and the front three. I think this is the undeniable front three moving forward. Until Hakim Ziyech gets back to 100%. then one of those positions might be threatened. But for now, these three will work.
Yeah, I'm just concerned because I think front three we are overstacked at the moment, and I think we may see a change in system to accommodate because I agree. This is probably our best front three in form right now, but really you can't be leaving Timo Werner out. And really, you can't be leaving Hakim Ziyech out. And really, you can't be leaving Callum. And when Pulisic is fit, you got to bring him in as well. So you got a lot of players to fit into this. Now, Lukaku, he's not going to play every single match because he's a human being. He's gonna have to be rested, especially.
No, but I thought we're talking.
Champions League.
We're talking about this game against Arsenal.
I agree. But at the same time, I'm trying to work out. If Tuchel is going to have to make changes now, in order for him to get a system in place moving forward, because if you want to make a change, you can't make it straight away.
You don't have to go too far. Tuchel already said it. He goes game by game. So right now, the target is how do we set up to play against an unpredictable Arsenal side? That's the question.
Can you guys do me a favor?
Is that my
have you heard this? Have you heard about this? Is this
I heard that, but I can't confirm. I heard it as well.
Okay, that's
not.
But I'm not confirming it, but I heard it.
Yeah,
I heard it.
I haven't.
I heard it about 15-20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But what does that change, though? What does that change?
Exactly.
It changes something, Boogeyman, because right now we know 4 of their squad is already out due to this. And if Ben White has it, then there is a possibility that there might be
an outbreak.
An outbreak within their squad, and we could see the game maybe postponed.
That's true.
It's a little bit worrying. I mean, if Ben White does have it, I wish him a quick and speedy recovery. Yeah, but it's one of those things. It's going to
Can I ask a quick question? Do they have like a quota number of players that when they have the COVID, then the game has to be postponed?
Yeah, probably. Yes, they must have some kind of a cutoff number.
No good.
Yeah, it has to be part of, especially with new COVID laws. There's so many restrictions and regulations in place now.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure about that, but it makes sense to have something like that in place.
Of course.
Now, going back to what I was trying to say in regards to the
lineup.
The lineup. I think this is probably minus maybe I mean, if Kante is 100%, then he would definitely be starting in front of Kovačić. But apart from that, this is pretty much what I would think would start. I mean, Thiago Silva starting or not starting, it's a little bit of a borderline because personally, I agree with Boogeyman. Christensen does need to take his place within the team and moving forward. But at the same time, the experience of Thiago may play a part. But I think this is probably what we're looking at.
Can I ask Boogeyman a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Boogeyman, so tell me why you've gained so much confidence in Chalobah. Because I actually see him starting that game tomorrow as well, but I just wanted to hear your take on it for Chalobah.
Yeah,
what did you see? What did you see in him?
The thing is, he's still fighting to get that position, right? So I just want people that are willing to just give everything on the field. So Aspi is one of those people. He will always give everything on the field. And Chalobah, not only he will do it, he is physically apt. Remember that game we played under Frank Lampard? I think it was that. From Arsenal, that run past Reece James, and Reece James commit a penalty or something.
Yeah,
remember that game?
I remember
I don't think Chalobah will allow anything like that. Like, he is physical and he's even faster than James sometimes. So I think that's why I'd rather have him there. He give me more confidence, and I will just be really cool if he played that position from now on as they started. And then when he's not there, then we put James, or we bring Aspi back and put James in front or something like that. for me, that position is his now. For good.
Yeah,
for
he
me.
did it. He did a good audition. He did a good audition so far.
So far, yeah, for me, he take that position. But me, I will do something to the front three. I'm pretty sure Phantom will not agree with it. Have a seat on the bench and move Werner up.
Oh yeah. So you have Werner and Mount.
Werner and Mount. Because the thing is this: if we want to start, okay, there's a two option I have. Either Werner take Lukaku position, Lukaku sit in the bench, and Lukaku come in the 55 minutes or 60 minutes, or Werner sit have a seat on the bench and Werner start. The thing is simple. If you play Mount and Lukaku, who is going to do the running, the dirty work up front? None of those guys does anything. You need Werner there.
Boogeyman, fantastic point. Also, this is a fantastic point as well. The thing is this: I believe that if Chalobah does start, Aspi will not be playing. I believe if Chalobah does start, Aspi will not be playing, and I believe we will see James in here. And I'll tell you why. Where is he? And I'll tell you why. Because you need someone to cross that ball in for Lukaku. Because with Aspi being there, who's providing the pace and who's providing the energy? Now, I think Werner will be featuring. Whether he starts, whether he comes on, he'll be featuring. But I think Alonso. I mean, me personally, if what's his name is fit, Ben Chilwell, then I would have Ben Chilwell here.
Look at how you said that. Look at how you said Ben Chilwell. You didn't even say it with confidence.
No. I'll tell you why. Because Alonso has been playing well. Alonso has been playing well.
He has.
Okay,
but what
Alonso
about
has been extraordinary.
Yeah. What about the chemistry? What about the chemistry of the team?
But you see, the problem I have. No, but because I need to have players who can cross that ball in for Lukaku. And Chilwell and James will provide that, especially if I'm not playing Werner. If I was playing Werner instead of Mount, I would have Alonso there, no problem, because there is that pace that's going to be provided by Werner. But right now we need to balance the team. It's not about the player this player or that player. It's about the abilities that we have on the pitch. We need to have players who can cross the ball, and we need to have players who can run. And also remember, Arsenal will be attacking us. It's not going to be just Chelsea attacking them. And you need to have a player who can defend, and that is why I would bring in Chilwell. If it was a different team, maybe I would be a little bit more lenient and bring in Alonso. But I think we need to not underestimate Arsenal. Arsenal are hurting. Lads, Arsenal today are hurting.
So you're saying that if... Go ahead.
Arsenal today are hurting. Arsenal today are hurting because they have a string of bad results pre-season, coming into the season, and they're facing Chelsea today and they're facing Man City next. They need to get a result. And I had an Arsenal fan on yesterday. He thinks a good result for Arsenal would be a draw, 1 point in the next 2 games, because that's the kind of confidence that Arsenal have today. Arsenal are in low confidence, but at the same time, we can't underestimate them. And I think we need to have a balanced team. And that's why I've gone with these players. Blue Ice, you wanted to
No, you said it all. I'm just saying that. So you're obviously saying that Alonso is not the kind of player we need in this game, right?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if we're gonna play Mount, then we need to have Chile. If we're gonna play Werner, I can play Alonso. Because I need to have a little bit of I need to have someone with legs, a little bit of pace.
Okay, I'm willing to dump Alonso and put in Chilwell as long as Werner's not the starter. I want to send Werner a message that you don't just get to be a starter if in the previous game if you've been crap. I mean, I don't have a Werner agenda. I supported
Phantom. We avoid using that kind of language on this channel.
Sorry.
Listen, Werner, with all due respect, he is lacking in certain areas, but at the same time, I think
he has speed. I understand. He's got a pair of legs.
This is the season that we hope to see him turn it around, and it's early doors. Early doors.
Sorry, can I go?
Yeah, just give me a second. It's early doors, and I think we have to back our players, especially those who have the potential to turn it around and to become superstars. Timo Werner has that potential. Last season, unfortunately, for a number of reasons, he didn't fulfill that potential. This season, he hasn't really hit the ground running. He's not
right. So you want to sacrifice Mount or Havertz?
Phantom. Let me finish. Therefore, we need to try to give them the opportunity whenever it's possible. And I think Tuchel will have to address the balance. We need to have players who can run. We need to have players who can defend. So depending on who he picks on that side, that's going to have an effect in regards to who's starting. So like I said, Phantom, let me finish. Like I said, if we're going to have Timo Werner starting, then I could have Alonso behind him. But if I'm going to have Mount starting, then I want to have someone with legs behind him. I cut off Boogeyman, so I let Boogeyman finish. Then I'll go to Phantom. Boogeyman, go ahead.
Yeah, most of the time I find a little, how do you say it? I don't know how the best. I just find it sometimes difficult to understand the Werner bashing and stuff. I mean, Werner doesn't score goal. I know that. So does Havertz. Doesn't score goals. He scored a few, but he misses or he doesn't shoot when he's supposed to. So does Ziyech also. Sometimes he doesn't shoot and he was supposed to shoot, but he doesn't. And Mount also doesn't score goal. But one thing we know for Werner is he will keep running until he cannot. And his runs have helped a lot of our players. The Ziyech goals against, I think, Tottenham or something. Oh, no, the European Cup. Ziyech goal, it was Werner that made the run. They opened the space. Even the goal, who scored? The second goal we scored against Crystal Palace. It was, I think it was Werner that made that run to open the defense. So I just don't understand this. Werner didn't play good, or Werner didn't play good, and for some reason, our team does not score. But if you notice that we always have control over our midfield, it's because of the run of Werner, Mount. If those two are not scoring goals, there is a reason. They'll be doing a lot of dirty work for the other player to score goals. That's all it is. So I just do not understand why a lot of people just don't see Werner's works. I understand he needs to do more when it comes to be accurate in front of the goals. But the position the guy is, when he gets in front of the goal, he already tired. He can't even make the difference between the speed on he is and the speed of the ball. I mean, he's a professional. He has to figure that out. But at this point, he is one of the dirty work on the field. He worked his ass off. So for me, he has to be a starter. So anybody that came here and say no, Werner is I mean on the Mo show, we have to respect all views, but I completely disagree. That's the thing. I disagree in a way that I don't know how to say. If anybody say Werner does not deserve to be in this team, like I just don't know what else to say. For me, Werner has a position on this team than Havertz. I didn't even go that far.
Wow.
Okay. Let's get Phantom in.
If you look at when Werner scores, if statistically, right, and I don't have the numbers to back it up, but it tends to be later in the game than earlier in the game, because you never see like Werner score in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes. When he does score, it's later on, 60, 70, 80 minutes. So why not bring him in later when he's more comfortable? Because in the beginning, for the first half, he's usually not doing that much, and then it's later on that when everybody else is tired, he still has the energy. So, maybe is he someone that we should bring in the second half, because he seems to be like a second half kind of guy.
Okay,
yeah,
sorry, Boogeyman. I just want to address that, then I'll let you jump in. I don't think it's the first half, second half kind of guy. I think it's a matter of the actual way the game pans out. Players who have a lot of energy, and they come in the second half when the rest of the team is tired, they're gonna stick out more. You're gonna see them being active more because they have that in their tank. So Werner being able to perform better in the second half is there. I agree with you. It does happen because he has that energy. He has the burst of pace. He has the ability to outrun a lot of the defenders. These are the attributes that he has. How does Tuchel best utilize them is what we're talking about. Boogeyman, I interrupted you. I apologize.
That's fine. The truth is, I think Tuchel see Werner as a starter. That's why he keeps starting his games. So, for me, to be honest, I understand exactly where Phantom is coming from. So Werner came to Chelsea to score goals. He's not scoring the goals. So why do we keep playing him? Yeah, there's a point you made. But I just think there's so much more about Werner games and why he is on that field that we just try and turn kind of our blind eyes on and just say, okay, he's not scoring goals. But the amount of work he's doing, that's the only reason why the Havertz can score goals. Havertz is not physical. Havertz doesn't chase game. I'm telling you, if we play against Arsenal tomorrow and we put Havertz and we put let's say, I don't know, Havertz, Pulisic and Lukaku up front, you will notice we won't be able to dominate that game because those three.
Pulisic has COVID. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying. The reason why I'm giving those people is those are people that don't do too much dirty work, like Havertz, Pulisic, and even Lukaku. I don't think Lukaku is in that physical condition yet to do all the chasing that Chelsea does up front. So if you have a game right now, you put Pulisic, Havertz, and Lukaku up front, we will have a problem in APL because all the load of work will be for Jorginho and Kovačić or Jorginho or Kante, and they cannot handle it. It's because we have those Timo and Mason running the crazy run around the box. That's why we can control game like the way Jorginho does. So for me, he's a starter. I will always think of Mount, Havertz as a starter. If they play, let's say they play 1, 2, 3 games and I feel like they need a break, if Lukaku is up front, then I'm still thinking about Ziyech to be in the field because Lukaku, we need to use his high also. So the only reason why I may think about leaving Alonso out is because if Lukaku is in the game, because I'm thinking we already have that high that Alonso provide us when most of the time they all okay. Let me just restart it this way. I always want Alonso to be in the team because for me, Alonso always bring that threat in the opposite box all the time because we play the short up front. So most of the time, Alonso always run into the box to head the ball in the. So I'm happy. But if we have Lukaku already, that is a tall striker, then it might be a reason why maybe we don't need Alonso. But again, Alonso, the last game, Alonso has performed really well, so he deserves to start against Arsenal also tomorrow. So that's one more thing I would say. If Lukaku start tomorrow, then I see why someone may suggest that James has to be wing back to cross the ball, and we don't need Alonso anymore. But other than that, I think Timo and Mount start that game with whoever is in front. If Lukaku was supposed to be easy into game, then Havertz come in and Werner play up front. But you always have to have Mount and Werner at the beginning of each game to control the speed and the energy of the other team because that's their job. We always know Werner is never going to score. We accept that decision. We hope that he improve, but that's how we're rolling now. That's how I'm rolling, anyways.
Okay, that's fine. I understand. I just want Tuchel to bench Werner one time, give him the stick, and see, because he's been given a lot of carrots so far. I want to see him be given a stick one time to see if he's going to respond to that the next time he comes on the field is he going to be energized in a way?
Phantom, I'm going to cut you off, and I'm going to bring in Blue Ice because I think Blue Ice wants to say something. Blue Ice, man, go in.
No. Phantom is killing me, man. You just don't want to see Werner. That's all. He just doesn't want to see Werner.
I'm not anti-Werner, and
Phantom. Did you go to Stamford Bridge when they had that open training session the other day? Was that you?
No, I'm in the United States of America, but there's a lot of Chinese people that I look like, though.
Oh my God!
No. Seriously. Listen, I know the frustration that a lot of people feel. I feel that frustration. I was a big supporter of Timo Werner. I loved the man when he came in. I had great and high hopes for the lad. He came in. I personally believe that Lampard didn't quite utilize him properly when he first came in regards to how he played him. And I think because when he first started, he was doing bits, but then all of a sudden he pushed him out onto the left instead of being down the center, and he had a couple of bad games. And I think Timo Werner suffers from low confidence. When there are certain players, when they have a bad performance, they'll push it aside and they'll march on and they'll try to get something in. I'll let you come in, Phantom, in a second. And they'll try to improve on their performance in the following game. They could have 4 or 5 games that are bad, and then they'll still turn it around. Gundogan had a couple of seasons that were bad, and he turned it around last season. So, there are players that are able to do that. Timo Werner, unfortunately, I think he doesn't have that within him just yet. Maybe it's lack of experience. Maybe it's the fact that he's playing outside of Germany for the first time. There are reasons behind it that he is not comfortable enough to overcome these issues. And I think us fans have two options. We could either turn against him and criticize him and ask the club to find an alternative, which we have done, rightly so, for a lot of players in the past who didn't do it. Or we can try to support the lad and try to help him get through the season and then judge him at the end of the season. Me personally, I would like to see that second option being taken, because we've seen a lot of players. They come into a new club, the first season, sometimes the first couple of seasons, it takes them a while to adjust and to get into their rhythm. I do believe Timo Werner has it in him to be a superstar at Chelsea. I do believe that. I honestly believe that. And at the same time, I know the man isn't doing enough right now, and maybe the club and the other players can help him. And I am really positive and really looking forward to seeing what Timo Werner can do with Lukaku. Because Timo Werner playing with Lukaku, it will have that psychological effect on him where he doesn't have to score them goals. Lukaku has to score them goals. And if he does get a chance and he does score a goal, people will be looking at him and they'll be saying, well done, congrats, not, oh, that's your job and that's what you're supposed to do. So it takes the pressure off him. And I believe playing with Lukaku will also improve his finishing. Lukaku is a clinical finisher. And I think having him in the team will help Timo Werner develop that side of the game. Before I welcome in DJ Sav, I want to say big up to everybody in the chat. We have 90 people in the chat, but we only have 59 likes. I would really appreciate you guys hitting that like button. It would mean a ton to the video, and it would be distributed further by the YouTube algorithm. DJ Sav, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you back on.
Hey, good evening, guys. How you all doing? You all good?
We're doing good, DJ. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts?
I don't know what I've missed so far, but it seems like, tell me if I'm wrong here, Mo, but it seems like I've come back to hearing more Timo Werner slander.
No.
I think it's getting... Not from you. Was it nothing like that?
No. It's not Timo Werner slander.
Okay.
No, I want because it might be perceived as that.
Phantom it's the Timo Werner police here, man.
Yeah, no. Phantom of many topics. The lad doesn't think Timo Werner has been performing well, And he has made that he's made that point that he believes Timo Werner hasn't been performing well, and he should be benched for a couple of games in order for him to realize and he used the analogy of the carrot and the stick. Give him the stick for a couple of games, maybe it would help him to get his act together. And that was perceived to be a little bit of slander, but it's not. No, Phantom Minute Topics is just making an analogy of the situation. So, take it easy on him, man. Take it easy on him.
No, it's cool.
Go on, DJ.
No, it's cool. No, it's cool. I've spoken to Phantom of Topics many times about Timo Werner. I think, look, listen, I get where he's coming from. I really do. And I get what everyone else is saying as well. He hasn't performed well. People say he's wanted to team in the place.
I'm a brand new Chelsea fan, so I don't have agendas. I started in September.
No. I get that.
Sorry. Yeah. With Mauricio Sarri.
No.
Came on, I joined Chelsea at that point. So everybody's new. I don't have any favorites. The one problem I have with Timo Werner is that he cannot dribble.
Phantom, I will come back to you. Phantom, I'll come back to you. Let DJ finish making his point, and I'll come back to you. Cheers, Phantom. Go on, DJ. Carry on.
Listen, listen, Phantom. I'm not here to debate things with you, bro. Listen, I know everyone's got their opinions on things, and I know why people are frustrated with Timo Werner, and I really 100% get. I know last season everybody knows I was on Timo. I'm a massive Timo Werner fan. I think he's going to do well. I still think he's still going to do well. I get why people are saying maybe he should be dropped for certain games, but I'm just thinking that the guy, as I keep saying, we can't give him any more excuses I get for this season. Last season, yes, it was COVID. He came at a terrible time. I know he was missing some stupid chances in front of goal. He got that as well. I think every fan knew that as well. But I think for me, I'm one for giving Chelsea players more chances. I mean, like you go back. Way back, Phantom of many topics. I'm going back to being a Chelsea fan since the late 80s, bro. I've seen my team come up and down. I've seen us do a lot of things. Some players not performing back in those days as well, believe me. So I can understand where you're coming from. All I'm basically saying to everyone is just give the guy a bit of just get off the guy's back. I mean, when I heard that fan the other day at Stamford Bridge saying, "Get out of my football club," that for me was just completely bang out of order. And especially when you're starting a new season. Okay, we've just won. He's helped us win the Champions League. He's helped us win the Super Cup. And then you're getting a fan like that coming out and saying, "Get out of Stamford Bridge." And then I'm then hearing some more slander going on about Timo Werner from certain other parts as well. I'm thinking the guy just needs to be given a chance. And now that he's got LUKAKU in the team there as the main target man, give the guy a chance to come up. Because we saw when he was playing for Leipzig, he came off Bolton. He was banging in goals almost every time. Yes, he missed chances as well, but he was still scoring goals. And all I'm basically saying to all the Chelsea fans out there, and I know Mo knows about this as well. What I'm basically saying is just give him a chance. That's all I'm saying to you guys. Just get up respect. Let him perform this season. If he doesn't do it this season, then I'll be one of the ones to say, you know what, you guys were right. Maybe he should pack his bags. Maybe not right for him at Chelsea. Move on. But I'll just basically say until then, just give him a chance this season. I reckon he's going to score goals. I really, really do.
Well, the starting 11 is there's a finite number of positions available for starters. If we allow Timo Werner to be in this game, that means you are benching Mount or you are benching Havertz, and both of them right now I think are doing better than Werner. So it isn't about getting Werner time. It's about, are you costing Mount time? Are you costing Havertz time? Are you costing Ziyech time? Are you costing Odoi time?
Very good question.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I will just check it this way. What do you mean by Havertz is doing better than Werner? That's my question to you.
Okay.
Because Werner missed a stupid goal in the in the last game, and he doesn't seem to be doing any better than last season. He still is looking down at the ball because he doesn't know how to dribble without looking at his feet. That's something we all learn. Every one of us who played youth league, our teachers, our coaches, whatever, mentors, teaches us how to dribble the ball without looking at your feet at age 8. He seems to be lacking this fundamental skill set.
But what about his assists that he's been given for players to score goals? Of many topics. I have to ask you that question. I mean, are you complaining about his assists he's giving for other players to score goals?
A few shows ago, someone was attacking Werner, and I said, I don't care if Werner scores a single goal. He pulls in a lot of assists. But, from time to time, people need to be benched because other people are doing better than them in training or whatever. You can't just say because we're going to give Timo Werner an entire season that he should. Look, if we had 15 positions, I would put Werner in. If you want to put Werner in at 60 minutes or 70 minutes, I'm fine with that too, because we both know, we've all established that Timo Werner is a better second half player. So why waste the starting position with someone like
I don't even understand when you said he's a second half player. I don't know where you're getting that start from. When Werner is on the field and he scored in the second half, it doesn't mean he's a second half player. He's just on the field.
Well, if he's scoring in the first half, then I would call him a first half player, right? If he's scoring in the second half, then
sorry, but that's not necessarily the case. It's not about when you score. It's about the way you perform. It's about the way you perform throughout the game.
Listen, I understand phantom position. I respect the position. The thing is, I would like you to just know that me, Werner, Kovačić, and Jorginho. Anybody that came after those players, I just say they don't understand football. No, I'm not saying that. It's not. How do you say this? Mo, help me here. I'm not saying this to offend you or anything. I'm just saying.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
That's
I
me.
understand. But no, my mentality is whoever is playing best at the moment is the starting 11. Okay.
We can have a debate on Kovačić.
Going into the game last week against Crystal Palace, I was going like Kovačić, but then he had such a horrible game. I can't play Kovačić again. I don't have any agenda. If Werner scores, if he scores like a goal in the first half or in the second half, I don't care. First half, let's say he comes in and Werner scores a game in 6 minutes. I'm going to say, let's keep Timo Werner in the entire game and let's start him against Liverpool.
The entire Werner work rate, everything. You're making everything about scoring a goal. That is just something I cannot see it. And the other thing is, when you talk about Kovačić, the last game, who is doing all the tackle around Jorginho? Who is breaking lines?
Let's save Kovačić for another stream. There's no time for Kovačić in this stream.
Okay, good. Thanks, Roy. But again, listen.
Carry. Boogeyman.
Yeah.
Carry on. Listen. The point Boogeyman is trying to make, and I think it's important to understand this.
Yeah.
It's about the way the player performs, the way the player impacts the game.
It's always about team.
Goals is the goal and the assist. They're two stats. Goals and assists. There are two stats. There's a whole bunch of other stats that have a massive impact on the game. The game is won by the team that has the larger number of goals than the other. That's why goals is looked at as being a very important stat, and it is. Especially when you're a player whose task is to score a goal. So that is a crucial element when it comes to Timo Werner. Because Timo Werner came into Chelsea Football Club to score goals. He came in to solve the problem of converting chances. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do that. But what he did do is he added a lot in regards to assists, in regards to the way the game was played, in regards to the way that we attacked. He added a lot. He added a lot of dimensions to that. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to score goals. Today, we have someone who's come in to do that job again, and that is Romelu Lukaku. And we hope and we believe Romelu Lukaku will be successful in doing that, which will relieve some of the pressure that is placed on Timo Werner when it comes to scoring them goals.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, Luis.
Think about the finals, the Champions League final last year against City.
Yes. Yeah.
And you think about the front three. Three in that game. I think it was Werner, Mount. If you had Lukaku in the finals, who would you pull out from that three and play Lukaku?
I don't know.
Werner.
Think about it.
But listen, Luis.
Harvard is still for me.
One second, Boogeyman. 1 second. If we're looking at having Lukaku in the team, and this is why I was talking about the system.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe that Chelsea may need to adapt or change the system. And the reason why I said that is because I think we have a lot of attackers and only a limited number of spaces to employ them. Now, in the previous system where we played the four at the back, we had an extra attacking midfielder. Now, will Chelsea change? Will Tuchel change? I don't know. But if we don't, I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody being benched and maybe sold in the winter transfer, if not towards the end of this window.
No, but the fact that you can't answer that question says something. That
Why?
you can't,
What does it say?
Doesn't it say that?
I can answer that.
No,
It's an open question to the panel. I'm thinking if you can't answer it, that means that you do not have confidence in one of the three. Is that right? Or you have
I have confidence in all of them. I have confidence in all of them.
And you had a choice to substitute one of them and add Lukaku. Who would it be? Like you're a coach, you have to be ruthless. You have to make that decision.
Yeah. But you see, if I was to say Havertz, he's the one who scored the goal.
That's true.
If I was to say Mount, he's the one that assisted the goal.
Yeah.
And if I was to say Werner had a massive impact. He opened it up.
That's
so right. all three attackers played a crucial part.
But who was
goal.
more?
That one.
Whose importance was more consistent in the game?
All of them. We won that game as a team. We won. You see, and that is the beauty of the Tuchel system. The Tuchel system, it doesn't focus on a player. I mean, I'll give you an example. Manchester United, it's all about one particular player or two particular players. Chelsea Football Club today, it's all about the team. The team. And this is why we struggle when it comes to who's Tuchel going to pick. Because if we're going to play Werner, we're going to have to adjust someone else. If we're going to play someone else, we're going to have to adjust someone else. And that is the way we're doing it. We have to balance the team. And I think that's the beauty of what Tuchel is bringing. And that is why it's difficult for me to say, who he should have left out. I mean, had we been talking about, the game before it kicked off, with us having Lukaku and telling me, who would you play on that day? I would play Lukaku. Who would I leave out? I don't know who I would leave out. But because now we know what happened. No, seriously. Yeah. Now we know how it panned out. It's a little bit more difficult. I can tell you how I want to see the game being played tomorrow. But after the game finishes, how would I? What would I have? Who would I have left out? It's a little bit more tricky because we know the result. Yeah, but it's a fair point, Blue Eyes. It's a fair point, and I understand what you're saying. I think Boogeyman wanted to jump in. Boogeyman, you has something you wanted to say?
Oh no, I was going on Kovačić, and then Blue Eye said it may not be a good idea because all the quality of the Kovačić is just so. I don't know where to start because
I don't know where to start either, my brother.
Exactly. So the Kovačić, and when someone said Kovačić was horrible last game, I wonder what kind of game are we talking about?
I saw Kovačić take a shot at the goal, and he didn't even look at the goal.
That's not new. Kovačić is known for doing that.
After the game, what did I say? I said Kovačić was so good that the reason why I even love him more, he take the risk to shot, to at least take a shot. We know he's going nowhere, but we want him to try it. That's how good he was. Like for me, that shot that he took.
Okay, so my agenda is this: I play the hot player at the moment. That's how I rate players. I don't care who you. For a while, I was anti Ziyech, and then he scored 2 goals, and I'm going, no, now Ziyech has to play every game.
Okay, I know who you are. I understand who you are now.
In the first half of this game, for the Liverpool game, I will say put Werner in.
Phantom. I'm going to let Boogeyman come in because I know what Boogeyman wants to say, but I want to just tell you something, Phantom. This is the way we see things. I know in America it's a little bit different. America, you get I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it as it is. And Blue Eyes might be upset. Some other Americans might be upset, but I'm going to say it as it is. The way we see football, it's not just about the numbers. In America, basketball, baseball, American football is focused on stats. and you guys love the stats, and that's brilliant. That's beautiful. That's the way you guys, look at your sports. Football, as you guys call it, soccer, is different. It's all about passion. It's all about emotion. Okay, I don't care if Jorginho never scores a goal from free play. All he scores is penalties. I don't care, because that's not what he's in the team for.
But there's more people that consume the sport in North America than in Europe.
No. The people who consume the sport. Are
you sure?
The people who consume the sport. In America, it's mainly the Latin America, the subcontinent, the South American continent. They love the football, and I agree. Brazil, Argentina, Bolivia, Mexico is Central America. But all these countries, they have a lot of passion, and maybe they could even be more passionate about football than people in Europe. But football is consumed by the planet, but it's viewed differently. The point I'm trying to make is people view it differently. We're talking about Chelsea Football Club. This is an English club. The way we fans see it is different than the way America sees their sport. So for us, when you're talking about he didn't score a goal.
Hold on. So what you're saying is that when a European-based soccer football fan is sitting down with a North American-based football fan, that they cannot have a football-related discussion because they're viewing the game differently.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
No? Let me just add something quick.
Boogeyman. Let me answer him. No. The point I'm trying to make is...
No, I'm just trying to understand because...
Fair question. Fair question. Let me address your question. Let me address it. Then you can get caveat. The point I'm trying to make is this. What I perceive as to be important may be different than what Phantom perceives to be important. So for Phantom, maybe a player who is scoring regularly will have higher value in the team than a player who is doing something else regularly. For me, it's different. For me, it's about how that player contributes to the team and the performance of the team that is more valuable than him scoring a goal. Okay. Now, if there was no one scoring goals, then obviously we're going to have an issue. But that is how Tuchel addressed our system. Because when Tuchel came in,
the question is,
we were. Let me finish. We were leaking goals. Sure. Tuchel came in, stopped that leak, and tried to score goals and tried to get the team to score goals. So he addressed it as a team. Go ahead, Blue Eyes. Carry on.
So the question I have is, I'm just looking at it from a very narrow-minded point of view. So please excuse me. What were you saying again about the
start against the system?
Exactly. So, are you saying that? So, which view is better? Which view do you think is better? Because obviously, the way a European-based football player looks at the game, you've explained to us that it is different. So, and you're saying that one is better than the other.
No, I'm not saying one is better than the other.
Okay.
I'm saying it's different. Right. I'm saying when we are addressing the point of view, the people in Europe will look at it in one way. The people in North America may look at it in a different way.
Okay.
So my view for people who share my point of view will be more relevant than people who don't share my point of view. Phantom of Many Topics, his point of view to an American crowd will be spot on, while mine.
So you don't think there will be European fans that would have the same view as Phantom?
No, there is. I'm sure there is.
The point is, Blue Eye, can I say something quick?
Yes, please jump in.
I think I said something. I said something to Phantom. I said, "Oh, now I know who you are," because he said after Ziyech scored 2 goals, from that on he changed his mind on Ziyech. So my understanding is, as a Canadian, I'm not even European. So my understanding is, okay, this guy that the way he see the game is, okay, Ziyech is playing up front, Mount is playing up front, Werner they play up front. So for me, you are professional. You've been paid for it. You have to put the ball in the net. If you keep missing those chances, you're not good enough for Chelsea. And he stopped there. Me as a Canadian, or whatever North American close to US. I'm not European, but the way I see the game is, okay, so after Ziyech missed that goal, what is he doing after? Is he just stopping there and just looking at the ground? No. In fact, when I feel like we're getting attacked by Arsenal, by Crystal Palace, who is breaking their start, like when Crystal Palace trying to pass the ball from the defense, when Arsenal trying to pass the ball from the defense, who is breaking those start game? Werner is doing it. And the worst about it is, even when we don't have a possession, who is doing all the tackle in the angle? Werner is doing it. So the only thing I'm happy about is I've been following Chelsea for so long that I know Chelsea doesn't used to be the team that does a lot of possession. We bullied a team back in the days when Drogba and all those play. And then at one point we cannot, because we played twice against Barcelona. Barcelona dominated the game. Then Arsenal started dominating that.
Boogeyman. I think you've drifted a little bit. Just to bring you back to what we were talking about, because I think it's very important to understand the view of the game, because you don't understand what I'm trying to say.
For me, EPL has changed, and at this point, it's all about dominating the game and scoring. It's not about being physical, because you're not going to be able to be physical for 90 minutes. So people like Werner, my mind is this: you put midfielder that can pass, that can dribble in the two midfield. They don't need to be physical. So I need runners in front that can run back, run in, run back, run in. So that's why I like Mount and Werner. That is my position when it comes to Werner. So I don't care if Werner does not score. All I want Werner to do for me is make sure that Kovačić and Jorginho does not get exposed. That's all I care about. Because I know if we have a position.
Anyways, I hear what you're saying, Boogeyman. All I'm saying is that this whole notion of one side of the pond understands football different from another side of the pond, I think needs to be reconciled as we keep, because this is a dialogue, this streams. That's why we have streams, because it's people with different views that converge together to talk about the game. So all I'm trying to say is just because one side might call this soccer, do not undermine the stories and the history of folks that call this soccer. You don't know the kind of football stories they have. Soccer is a name that a lot of people just had to adopt to as time went on. We all know it's football.
One second, Phantom.
Yeah.
Do you know where the term soccer came from?
Association. It's part of the
educate us. That's why educate us.
No, it was actually the name that was given to football was initially soccer, and it was the English who actually gave him that name. Okay, so the name soccer is not an American name. It's actually an English name.
It's English.
That was,
pronunciation. It's part of the middle of the
but then with time, it changed from soccer to football in everywhere apart from in the US, because the US, they have their own game which they call football. And also in Australia, they have Australian rules football, which is also different. Yeah.
So I just want to answer
I just want to clarify a point.
Sure.
No people. I mean, even within the UK, within London, where I'm at. Okay, are we going to agree on which player is better or which system is better or what is more important than something else? That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it.
Of the game.
Now, the point I was trying to make, and
there's a chemistry.
Maybe
ballet.
Phantom, let me finish. The point I'm trying to make, and maybe it was misunderstood, is what we value here from our sport. It's different than what people in North America may value, because in North America, you guys value stats. You guys like to see, who scored X amount of home runs.
That is a well-known fact.
And that is how you when you guys discuss your sports, you discuss it on that basis. I know older Americans,
but you're forgetting
they talk about the history.
Yeah,
sorry, Blue Eyes. Let me finish.
Okay, sure.
Blue Eyes. Let me finish, and then I'll let you talk, and I'll let you finish. when I listen to the older American guys talking, they're always talking about this player in this particular year scored this particular home run, and he had this particular season, and you guys are all about that, and it's beautiful. You know, that's how you guys enjoy your sport. For us, we have that in when it comes to football. It's just it's a little bit different. We talk about titles, we talk about achievements throughout that season. Like in this season we achieved this, in that season we achieved that, and in X amount of seasons we achieved nothing. And then this is where it started. So the stats that we look at, we also look at stats, but it's different than the stats you guys are looking at. And that is the point I'm trying to make, is people perceive things differently depending on where they are. And that is what I was trying to come to. Blue Eyes, carry on, my man.
No, you nailed it on the head. But just do not forget as well that a lot of these North American fans that you're talking about also have immigrant histories. So they look a lot of them view the game the same way you do. Sure. Just because they're in different geographical locations doesn't mean that their perspective of the game when it comes to numbers or performances, like we're looking at it sometimes through the same lenses. Just as a pointer on the side.
I like to just say one sentence.
Generalizing. It's more
okay.
Exactly.
It's not necessarily just the stats, but it's whoever in American sports, whoever is performing well at the moment gets to play. Okay, yes, it's kind of like this. Chilwell is obviously better than Alonso. But Alonso right now is on a hot streak. So you play Alonso until he's no longer on the hot streak, and then when he's on a cold streak, then you replace him with Chilwell. That's the mentality that we play. You earn your spot based upon how hot you are at the moment.
Okay, Phantom, do you have to balance your teams? Strength, weaknesses, abilities.
But I think that Mount and Havertz.
How about this? Yeah. In the next game, four players score a goal. Okay. Timo Werner, Havertz, Mount, and Lukaku. Because Mount let's say one of them comes on at halftime. Okay. Now 4 players have scored a goal. Does that mean the next match you're going to play with 4 attackers, even though you only have room for 3? Because they scored a goal. You can't do that. So
it depends on the opposite team.
Let me finish, Fancy. Let me finish my question. The point is, you're basing your basis for who's hot and who's cold needs to be balanced in regards to the team, what abilities you have in that team, because you need your team to carry out a certain number of tasks. Your team needs to be able to defend, needs to be able to attack, it needs to be able to hold the ball, control the game, the tempo. The team needs to be different in regards to who they're playing against. They're playing against a team with a high block, low block. All these have to be taken into account when you're picking your squad, not who's hot and not who's cold.
Okay. Did you like Tammy Abraham? Were you a fan of his or not?
To be honest, I wasn't a fan, but at the same time, I think he was mistreated.
Okay. I was very Tammy Abraham in that first season when he was scoring like those hat tricks, but then all of a sudden the faucet on him turned off, and then he scored nothing and he did nothing, and then he got benched by Lampard, and then everybody was going like, give Tammy a chance. Yeah, he's still young. I don't care whether you're young or old. I don't care whether you're from the academy or purchased. I don't care about your purchase price. It's how you're playing at the moment that I'm not going to keep drilling this in, because you already know who I am at this point.
Phantom.
No, but
you're wearing an AC Roma shirt on a Chelsea channel, man. That's all you got to say, man. That's all you got to say.
Exactly. No kidding.
It's good to have.
I have a dozen shirts of other teams. I only have one Premier League team shirt. That's Chelsea. But
just don't wear a Tottenham shirt or an Arsenal shirt on this channel unless you're going to support them. Unless you're supporting them.
I only have one team. I only have one team for each league.
Okay, cool. DJ Sav, I know you're having problems logging on. We're here. We're waiting for you.
You're good.
No, I'm good. Go on.
The truth is, Tammy is not Chelsea player anymore. So I like Tammy. I love Tammy. I just think he's not really taking all his chances. For me, anyways, he's been given a lot of chances. He just didn't take it. Even if he is not taking them, he doesn't really produce the amount of work rate that Werner was giving us when he's not scoring goals. So for me, at one point, I just gave up on Tammy, but not because he is from the academy or he's not. It's just he's not doing it. He's just not doing it for me at one point. I'd love to have our 11 starter all from academy, but if you're not doing it, I don't mind Chelsea going around and buy like really expensive and talented kid to come and play on your position. If you want a position, my principle is just go get it and just take it. Take it. If you don't take it, then anybody can use it. So, but at this point, because of the system we're playing, I still think for the harmony and for the pressure, the way we put pressure on the opposition defense, we still need Havertz to chase those balls at the beginning. If we don't put Havertz, I don't think Lukaku will do it yet. Listen, I haven't seen Lukaku too much, so I don't think Lukaku will do it yet. And for sure, I don't think Havertz will do it. So that's why, for me, Havertz does not start a game if Werner is fit. I'll put Werner first, and then Mount chase a lot. So Mount will also be there because that's my basic of seeing the football or the game the way Chelsea is playing. That's my basic.
Nobody Mount is indispensable.
I just want to say something. Lads. I've got 75 likes on my stream, and that I am grateful for, and I really appreciate that. So thank you to everyone who has hit the like button on my stream. And if you haven't hit the like button and you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button. It will enable us to get more viewers coming in. We'll be streaming for another.
When we come on, is hit like.
Phantom. I beg you, man. Let me finish what I gotta say, man. The amount of times I've told you, let me finish what I gotta say. If I had a subscriber for every time I said that to Phantom today, I'd be reaching 100,000 subscribers by now.
I will tell you 100 already. Yeah.
No, but listen. It's been a great conversation. I mean, Phantom, Blue Eyes, Boogeyman, DJ Sav, it's been a great conversation. But people, listen, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that like button, and I would really appreciate that. Phantom, I wanna ask you something in regards to Pulisic. Pulisic has been left out, and Pulisic has been left out recently because he has the virus.
Yeah, that's fine. He's injured anyways.
I want to get your estimate or your assessment in regards to Pulisic, and what do you think his future is with Chelsea? Do you think he has a role? Do you see?
He's a streaky player. He goes on hot streak, cold streak. So this is perfect example. Okay, I came to Chelsea with Pulisic from Dortmund. I was actually a Dortmund fan before I was a Chelsea fan. So I came over with Pulisic, and he gets injured. So he has these cold streaks. Then I don't want to play him during the cold streak. I don't want to nurture him. I don't want him to feel him better or whatever. When he's on the cold streak, put him on the bench. When in training, when he shows that he's ready to go on a hot streak or somebody else is on a cold streak, then we put him back in and give him a chance. So it's the way I look at it is whoever is doing well deserves the chance. Whoever doesn't, you got to prove it in training camp or the training time period that you are ready to take over. It's kind of like hot potato. I'm sitting in this chair, or king of the mountain. You have to knock me out of this chair. And I think that by putting Werner in while other people like Odoi or Havertz have to sit on the bench, while Werner did not, in my view, he didn't perform. I know that you guys think that he did perform, and maybe he has this, these other values. He has these other values, right?
Time out. Okay, I asked you about Pulisic. How did you turn around and talk about Timo Werner? How did he manage to do that? How did he manage to do that?
He's got COVID. He's on the bench.
It's like handbrake turn the car around, and let's go back to Werner.
When does Pulisic come back in? When somebody on the front three or front four or whatever doesn't perform, and then we give Pulisic a chance to come back in. And then if Pulisic is scoring goal after goal after goal, then he stays there until these are attackers, okay? Attackers, I don't care whether you're a wing or you're the striker.
You need to come more often. You need to come more often here.
I don't want to keep losing games that are like 2-1 or whatever, or 1-0, these kind of games, because we have the best defense in the league, right? That's we have the best defense in the league. This is like Marino's dream in terms of defense, but our goal scoring is horrible. I mean, look, if we could score as much as Manchester United last season, we would have won the league, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
again, we are the best defender, not just because of our 3 center back, but it's because of Mount, because of Werner, because of Havertz, because of Kovačić, because of N'Golo, and because of Jorginho, and even
Mendy.
people that come off the bench. So it's difficult. It's difficult to say. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Boogeyman, spot on. It's a team sport. And do you know who else contributes to the clean sheets? The people cooking the food in the canteen. The people helping with nutrition. The people who are helping with the fitness, the physios. It's a team sport. You have to be able to control all these aspects. One of the reasons why we had issues in the past was the medical staff were getting a lot of criticism because we were getting a lot of injuries. Facilities, the areas that we have, in the gym to build muscle, the areas you have in the gym to build fitness, to build cardio, all of these contribute to having a good team. It isn't about a particular player. The particular players. Sorry, Brigham.
Sorry, I didn't want to cook. I just want to ask Phantom if we think the favor that Werner was having, is it because our coach is from Germany also? Do you think that? I just want to know. Do you think Werner does not deserve it? Why you think?
I think I absolutely think there's some German favoritism going on with Werner and Tuchel. I absolutely do.
I disagree. I think if you look at the investment Chelsea have made, the situation that Chelsea were in, forget Chelsea, the whole world was in last season. You would have to try to look after that investment. I am not spending X amount of money on a player and I'm going to play him 2 or 3 games, he doesn't score and I'll be like, nah, that's it, he's not good enough. Chelsea, before bringing in Timo Werner, they scouted him. They looked at him. They've read reports. They've had a lot of effort put in before they purchased him. They would have known that maybe this guy needs a little bit more time to adapt, to adjust. And it wasn't just a Timo Werner problem. It was a new player problem. Wherever you saw new players move last season, they all had a hard time, especially players who moved from one league to another. Players who moved within the same league, like for example, Chilwell, it wasn't too hard for him because he's still in the UK. He can still see his family, his friends. Yes, he moved from one city to the other, but it's not as big as Hakim Ziyech moving from one country to the other. Okay. Timo Werner, one country to the other, Havertz, and so on.
Can I respond to that? Okay.
Yes.
When you are hired as an employee, basically you have 90 days to get familiar with your job. In the first few weeks, you're but at some point you become a senior employee or whatever, that you've been there a while. Okay, season 1, we can give that to Werner. He's in a new country, whatever, COVID, the whole thing. But now he's been there for a full year. He has to start to perform. When he doesn't, we should bench him until he, because we haven't tried the stick on him yet. Let's try the stick.
Okay. Firstly, this is going to be fun. Firstly, it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as that because it is not about him being an employee. It's not about him being an employee. This is a team. This is a sport. Sport is like art. Okay, art it requires motivation. It requires what's the word here? It requires a little bit.
Abramovic doesn't look at his money as art, man.
No.
No.
Okay, if he did, he spent more. Because he spends a hell of a lot more on art than he does on his team.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
for a while, Hakim Ziyech was on the bench, and then he said, "I'm getting off the bench because in preseason I'm going to show you a goal every game or every other game or whatever, 3 goals in that one thing." And now Hakim Ziyech is like someone you can't even take off before the injury. That is, he's a must starter, and that's the way I want.
Why is Hakim Ziyech a must starter? Why?
Score 2 goals.
There you go.
I told you. So let me put it this way: if I put a blind on your eye, just forget the goals for once. Tell me what else Werner does good. Like
what does Werner do? He's a very good assister. He runs very fast. He creates space for other people, and he's an excellent decoy.
I love it. Okay, then I have nothing else to say. Thank you.
It's not that I don't understand your point. I just disagree with it. Look, I'm a
okay. So all the thing you just
I do is not try to promote. My point is to understand your point.
Sorry, I didn't want to talk over you. Can you finish? Are you finished? Okay, so what I was going to say is Werner does not score goal. That is a fact. I know that. But the thing you just listed, that's what Werner does 90% of the time, the total time on the field. So why don't you like him?
I don't dislike Werner. I had 15 positions. Okay,
that is a stupid word that I use. Why don't you think Werner should stay? Because
he's on the team. That's fine. If I had 15 starting positions, Werner would have 1, but we only have 11. And right now I want to give Havertz a chance. It's not that I don't want to give Werner another chance. It's why I want to give Havertz a chance. And if Werner is in there, then Havertz or Mount isn't. And I think
you say Werner runs speed, he's really fast. He can create assists, and he tackle or something else. So, have you ever see Havertz tackle?
I saw Havertz win the Champions League goal.
No. The game. We're talking about the game. Forget about what we win also. Have you ever seen Havertz? I think when the first game under Frank Lampard, he make that crazy run, and then he tackle the ball and take the ball back, and we all be like, okay, this guy can do that. But anyway, other than that, have you ever seen Havertz? Havertz tackle.
He doesn't usually tackle.
Thank you. But we play EPL, right? Are we in EPL?
Yeah, we're in
the game is all about physical. If you're not physical, you have to tackle, or you're not going to help your team. Because every space you create in EPL is a danger against your team. You need runners. So you're telling me Werner can make all those runs, can tackle, and can assist. The definition of being a striker is you have to assist. If you cannot assist,
I think I understand the miscommunication right now. I want a little bit of rotation too, okay? Because I don't want to leave Havertz on the bench so long that he feels alienated, because I want him to feel fresh too, right? So there are only 11 positions. There are only right now 3 attacking positions.
Oh my God.
So I want to do a little bit of rotation too. And who do I rotate out? The person who is not the least, scoring goal.
But what about, we know Havertz has the quality. He's a one in a generation talent. We already know that. So why don't you put Werner on the field and force Havertz to also try to do all those runs and tackle? Then when he reaches that level, then we put Werner on the floor, on the bench. Because Havertz is not doing it. We know he can. He's not scored more goals than Werner. Like, to be honest, how many goals that Havertz scored?
Havertz less than Werner?
Let me, Boogeyman, I'll try to make a point. Listen, Phantom. Different players have different attributes, correct? Okay. Now, can Mason Mount do what Timo Werner does on the pitch?
Yes.
Mason Mount does something differently.
Yes. But he can
Mount
do it.
can play everywhere. He's a Jose Oquendo.
Can he run as fast as Werner?
No.
Close.
He? Very far away. Very far away. Mason Mount is probably one of the slowest attackers we have on that pitch. Mason Mount is good when it comes to pressing. It's good when it comes to positioning. It's good.
So let me ask you a question then.
But his pace is lacking.
But let me ask you a question. Do you see Lukaku, Mount, and Havertz starting a game?
Yes, I can see that happening.
So, and what do you think would be the advantages of that trio?
If we play against a team that defend a lot, we are. Like it all depends on the opposition. Arsenal are not going to sit. That's the problem. They will try to. Arsenal, we know that they will try to attack us. They will try to play the ball from the back. Who is good to put pressure on the back line is Werner and Mount. Why do we put Werner on the bench? It just doesn't sit with me. And the other thing is, I understand Lukaku. The fact that Lukaku has to score goals. So I don't mind Lukaku starting. But if I was to be, I would put Lukaku on the bench, Werner, Havertz on the field, because I always want. Sorry, I'm not gonna take too much because DJ may be out of the line again. Let's DJ talk. Sorry.
No, not at all. No, guys, I've just come back to all man. I'm still hearing the Timo Werner chat, man. Seriously, guys. Listen, can I ask Phantom off topic? It's a serious question. Can I ask you a question, bro?
Yes.
Do you actually like Timo Werner?
I do. He has
Really?
a place. Let's say if Timo Werner was on the bench for the past 3 or 4 games, I would say, hey, maybe it's time to start Timo Werner. A lot of it is.
You sure you definitely like him?
The thing I don't want Chelsea to be is basically Liverpool, where you have a starting 11 and that's it, and then by season 2 or 3, everybody's tired to death. I mean, look at what Klopp is doing over there. He has a permanent starting 11, and nobody gets the chance, and he plays that starting 11 all the time, and then that's how injuries occur.
Phantom, I want to ask you a question.
I'm sorry.
No, DJ, I want to ask this question because you said something, Phantom, and it's bugging the hell out of me, and I've been wanting to follow up on it, and I've been reluctant to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Phantom, you said this, and I'm saying this with all due respect. Yeah, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but you said this. You said you became a Chelsea fan when Pulisic left Dortmund and he came to Chelsea.
Yeah, because I didn't have an English Premier League fan.
Had Pulisic left Dortmund and gone to a different club, would you have followed that club?
No, I think it was actually that was half the reason. The other half the reason was because I stayed in a place called Hammersmith. Hammersmith and Fulham are, because landing in London from Heathrow Airport, I don't have a home. Okay, so I stayed at a hotel in Hammersmith, which is part of Fulham. And I looked at the Fulham team and I go like, no, I cannot. I'm not that kind of player because in America, I'm a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, if you're saying, have I been loyal? I've been loyal to the Dallas Cowboys since 1977. They haven't won a championship for me in 25 years. I'm beginning to feel like an Arsenal fan in terms of American football. We're always talking about our 5 glorious Super Bowls in the past. But the reason why I like Chelsea was several reasons. That lion was very attractive. The emblem, and because I like the lion is a king. Chelsea, I saw the history that there was a guy named Abramovic. He's got deep pockets, and I like that because I know that, I live in a town called Phoenix, Arizona, and we used to have a billionaire who owned the team, but he sold it to someone more poor, and now our team doesn't buy any players anymore. So I wanted to support a team also that liked, that had a billionaire or had someone rich, was willing to spend money. And like I said, I really fell in love with Hammersmith and the Fulham area, and Chelsea was the team because I also found out locally that Chelsea actually plays in Fulham, that they don't actually play in Chelsea, they play in Fulham. So I said, well, Fulham has 2 teams. I'm going to go with the Chelsea Football Club because the other Fulham is a joke. And that's how I chose my team too. I mean, it's a factor of everything. Also, in the beginning, it kind of been. I used to live near a city called Detroit in in Michigan, in the United States of America, and I had a lot of fans who were they're called the Detroit Lions. So I really like that emblem. And as a joke, I said, I'm a Lions fan too. I'm a Blue Lions because Blue Lions is the emblem. So I've landed in Chelsea. I've now invested 3-4 years into Chelsea since Sarri was the coach. And so whether Pulisic stays or not, I'm going to stay with Chelsea until you start losing like 5 or 6, 7, 8 seasons in a row. And then, yes, I will abandon the team at that point. But one season, I'm not. Well, because look, I'm older than all of you. I'm 49 years old. It's been 25 years since my Dallas Cowboys has won. What has they given me in 25 years? Nothing. I feel like an Arsenal fan in terms of the way that.
You need to come here more often, man. I love that. I just love it.
I have to say something. I have to say something about Phantom. He says it as he sees it, and he's honest with it. He's not hiding nothing. He's not covering nothing. So big up to you, Phantom. Big up to you, Phantom.
His hands are clean, man. His hands are clean, man.
But don't compare. Don't ever call yourself an Arsenal fan, bro. That's a big mistake. Man.
Yeah.
No. My friend tried to become an Arsenal fan. He said, "Hey, I'm an Arsenal fan, Kroenke, blah blah blah." Because he was a Los Angeles Rams fan or whatever, and Kroenke owns the Arsenal or has the connection. He goes like, "Come be an Arsenal fan. We're the greatest team. We have all this legacy." And you know what my answer is? I didn't stay in North London when I visited London. I stayed in West London, and that's where Chelsea is, and that's how I picked my team. Too late.
Nice.
Well, listen, guys, it's been a fantastic stream. I mean, we were supposed to be talking about this, but we ended up talking about something else. But yeah, it is what it is. Great stream. Thank you all for being here. Phantom, thanks for being on. It's different. The debates on my channel are normally different than this. But it's good to change and have something, a little bit more of a different flavor. So big up to you and thanks for being here. I'm being nice. Seriously, I'm being nice.
No, I mean,
I have enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed it. And
I want to say one thing before I leave.
I'm gonna give you each one of you a couple of minutes to give me your final thoughts. But I just wanted to say this. This stream has been fantastic. It has been fantastic. Normally, a lot of the streams are pre-planned, where we cover certain topics, certain areas. But today, it's been literally a phantom of many topics because we've covered a lot of different topics. I've tried very hard to go onto different topics, but we've been coming back to Timo Werner every time. Every road we go down, we end up at Timo Werner's house. So it's been interesting. It's been interesting. People, we have 80 likes. I want to ask you to push it to 200. To 200. 200. I wanted to ask you to push it to 100. We wanted 20 likes away from 100. It would mean a lot to me. And if you have enjoyed the stream, hit that like button. I'm going to leave Phantom to the end. I'm going to let him have the last statement on the stream. I'm going to go with Blue Ice. Blue Ice, give me your final thoughts on the game tomorrow. What's your expectations, mate?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mo. Thanks, gentlemen, for the stream. Tomorrow should be interesting, especially for the fact that it's a derby, and with derbies, form is out of the window. So we can't sleep on Arsenal. But I think if all our cylinders are firing as expected, we should be able to put a beating on Arsenal tomorrow. So again, we can't fall asleep on the wheel, and I'm looking forward to something like 3-4-0. Clean sheets.
Wow. Okay,
clean
big game.
Sheet,
big game.
Clean sheet. Lukaku opener. It should be a good day.
I reckon Lukaku to score with Werner to assist. Yeah, what do you reckon?
Yes, that too.
That would be nice. Hey,
gentlemen, thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate your time here, man. Thank you. Cheers, Bryce. See you later, bro. Thank you. Bye-bye. DJ Sav, your thoughts on tomorrow's game, mate?
Yes, guys. Yeah, as I said yesterday, I'm confident we're going to win. It's going to be a tough game, and Arsenal always seem to turn up against us. But tomorrow, I just got this thing about being confident. I think I'm just confident about tomorrow's match. I really think we're going to do them tomorrow. There'll be no more charity FC tomorrow. I can see Lukaku scoring. Obviously, I don't know how many goals it will be. I never predict a scoreline for us, but I always say a Chelsea win. But I will always say, I'm saying that, but I will say one thing. With chest, I'm saying it got Lukaku to score tomorrow. I really think tomorrow's his day. So,
I hope so.
Great stream as always. Great stream as always, guys. As always, Mo, thank you for having me on, bro. It's a pleasure being on your show. Everybody in the comment section, big up to you all. Smash the like button, and I'll catch you all guys very soon. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.
Thank you, DJ. Appreciate you, mate. Appreciate you for being here. Have a good one. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Yeah, no, tomorrow, Lukaku to score. I want him to score on his debut. And I hope he starts. I don't want to see him coming on. I want him to start the game. If he wants to give him 50 minutes, 60 minutes, let him start and then take him off, rather than bringing him on in the second half. So hopefully a goal for Lukaku. Like I said, Phantom is going to have the last statement. So Boogeyman, give me your thoughts on the game tomorrow, mate.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, Mo. The truth is, I was doing a lot of stuff with a lot of housework with my wife. And then I heard Phantom say something like Werner was crap. Then I told my wife, listen, I cannot keep working. I need to get onto this chat.
I got to get on the stream.
Yeah, so this is just too much for me. I don't know who is this guy, but I think I need to just go there and defend Werner. But listen, I'm really happy that you came on this channel. And listen, I love you, and I'm pretty sure Mo does also. And you're welcome anytime, and that's all we need, like diversity. People bringing new idea, new position, and that's all. So I'm pretty happy with this stream tonight. So all I want to say is, when it comes to tomorrow games, it is Arsenal. Every time we took confident, for some reason, Arsenal managed to put one on us. So right now, I think I've heard a lot of our previous stream. We are in a good physical condition. Arsenal may have some COVID issue, but if we go there thinking that we're going to just take this game and take the 3 point, let's not kidding ourselves. Arsenal will win that game if we don't take it seriously. So for me, Tuchel need to put the strongest team out, and then have a bench that is ready to come in and change the game. So I will predict a 2-1 win, because I feel like Arsenal is going to score a goal. I feel like Arsenal is going to score the first one, and we're going to beat them, because we're probably going to dominate, and they'll put one on us, and then we'll go there and score 2. Other than that, I'm pretty confident, but it is Arsenal. It is the referee. Referee may get Kovacic a red card like they did it last time when we should win. We should have won that game. So I'm not sure, but I think we are good enough and physical, ready enough to win tomorrow game. If the referee does not give us a red card, or if we don't take Arsenal weird. Yeah, sorry to using that. I was close to use it, but I caught myself.
Yeah, I hope the algorithm doesn't realize what it was supposed to be. Hopefully.
Yeah, I didn't say about it. Yeah, but so at the end of the day, I think we should win that game. But it is Arsenal, and those people, they just different opposition all the time. So let's just hope. But I think we should be able to pull that out. A 3 point is the one we need. Yo, Phantom, thanks for inviting me at the end, because in fact you're the reason why I came in. And Mo, are you doing something tomorrow? You're doing something tomorrow, right?
Yeah, post match. I'll do a stream after the match tomorrow.
Yes, I'll be there tomorrow then. So I better run back to my wife before she asks for divorce. Okay, bye.
Finish your duties. Take care, brother. Take care. Okay. Bye.
I'm not a new YouTuber, because I've been longer than just about anyone. I've been on since 2012. And I do many topics on my channel. And this is what I'll promise to all of you. Okay, let's say the score tomorrow is 1-0, Chelsea wins. Lukaku scores the goal, but Timo Werner is that guy who makes the critical assist then I'll say, hey, you know what? My idea was wrong. Your idea was right. And I'll actually say it on my channel. I'm going to do a post-game match too, but I'll make sure that it doesn't interfere with you or Oggs or anybody else, because I'm conscious of who is streaming at the time. We both, everybody shares the audience, so we don't really want to cross each other. I'll probably be the last since, I'm in the United States of America, so you'd probably already be asleep by then. But anyways, I do want to thank you, Baggy. I met you from Og's channel, and so you're a really good guy. You let everybody speak, and you're not critical of other people's opinions. I am who I am. I mean, think about it this way. In America, I'm the Arsenal fan in terms of, like, I've been with the Dallas Cowboys since 1977. Now that's over 40 years. I'm 49 years old. I became a Dallas fan 5 years old because my uncle, my stepfather, everybody liked the Cowboys back then. So, they were winning Super Bowls left and right, just like the way the Arsenal are. And Cowboys fans are the same way. They're going like, well, look at how many trophies we have in the cabinet, but I'm going like, that's all from 25, 30 years ago. So when I came to the English football thing, of course, I'm going to pick some team with the potential to be good. Does that make me plastic? Okay. But I think I'm going to stick around for a while. And unless Chelsea, if Abramovic sold the team tomorrow, then you've changed the dynamic, right? Just like my team, my baseball team in Arizona was sold. We had a huge billionaire who bought in all these huge players. And then someone came in cheap and decided the bottom line was more important than winning. Then, of course, then I'm not going to be as enthusiastic, so to speak. But right now, I bought a lot of Chelsea shirts. I have these other team shirts, but I have more Chelsea shirts than any other shirts. So, and also think about it. If your Chelsea team is going to expand the fan base worldwide, then you are going to get people who join you for different reasons, including just because your emblem was pretty. Because when you land in London for the first time, you don't have a home. You don't have any loyalty to any neighborhood locally. My loyalty was to the place I stayed in, and that happened to be near Stamford Bridge.
All right, brilliant. Listen, Phantom, it was a pleasure having you on. We will have you on in the future. Just be aware, not all the streams are open to everyone. So whenever it's open, I'll post the link in the.
Of course. You have to take care of people who have been loyal to you for the longest time. I understand that, right?
But you are welcome on my channel. At any time. And I'm really happy and really enjoyed the conversation we've had. It's good to see things from a different angle, from a different point of view, to find out why people are supporting the club. It's not all that people live in the area, that grew up in the area, that have family who supported that club. Chelsea is an international team now in regards to its fan base, and it's going to continue growing. And there'll be people supporting Chelsea for different reasons. So it's good to have you on, and I hope tomorrow we will see Timo Werner score and Lukaku assist. How is that? You'll take that, wouldn't you? You'll take that. Yeah. Cheers, Phantom. Thank you very much for being on. Have a good night. Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Phantom. Wow. What a conversation. Let's have a look at the team that we came to. So this is the team. This is the team that we're going to be using tomorrow, hopefully. But we'll have to wait and see. Listen, people, it's been a fantastic stream. I know it's not been the same type of stream that you guys are used to, but it's always good to mix it up a little bit. Big up to Phantom. Yeah. It was great. It really was great. It was good to have you on, DJ, as well. People, if you haven't hit the like button, let me see what we are. We are on likes. 81. All right. We didn't get 100, but 81 is good. I'll take that. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being part of the stream. Really appreciate your support. I really appreciated the comments in the chat. I know it was different, but it is what it is. Thank you all for coming, and hopefully we'll have 3 points tomorrow. Big up the Chelsea. Oh, Phantom, thank you. Hey, Phantom, thank you, my man. Appreciate you always. Thanks for your support. Yeah, tomorrow, Chelsea to win. I'm going to predict 3-1. Yeah, I'm going to predict 3-1. It's going to be a big game. I think we're always going to concede against Arsenal. It's going to be one of those games. But I think we'll win comfortably. So 3-1 tomorrow. Guys, I will see you all in the post-match stream straight after the game. And have a good one. Keep the blue flag flying high. I'll see you all later. Peace out.